Wait. Before you watch any of this video, I'm gonna warn you that this entire thing is one giant spoiler for Multiverse of Madness. Although I guess in a way me telling you that it's a spoiler is in of itself a spoiler because you've seen the title, so now you know for sure that Clea is in there. But either way, if you haven't seen the movie, I would just pause this, go watch it, then come back. Now for those of you who have seen the movie, let's talk about that mid-credits scene with Clea. You know the one with the light-haired woman with the purple outfit. That is presumably Clea, the longtime love interest of Doctor Strange in the comics. Who is Clea though, and what impact could she have on the future of the MCU? Well, let's go ahead and dive right into it. So in that mid-credits scene, Strange is seen enjoying a brisk stroll through the streets of New York, seemingly completely unfazed by the fact that he had just had a third eye sprout out of his forehead. Suddenly, a mysterious woman gets his attention and rips a hole in the multiverse, stating that he caused an incursion, so they needed to fix it, which he totally goes along with. Now, as I said in the introduction, that woman is presumably Clea, based off of her hair color and outfit, which matches pretty closely to how she looks on the page. Comic Clea first appeared in Strange Tales number 126 back in 1964. She was born to Prince Irini, the former leader of the Dark Dimension, before Dormammu, the brother of Clea's mother, stepped up and took the place over. Eventually, Dormammu set his sights on conquering Earth, which put him in direct conflict with Doctor Strange. When the good doctor traveled to the Dark Dimension, he first encountered Clea, who was initially intrigued by him, and she made it her mission to try to dissuade Strange from entering into combat with Dormammu, fearing for his life. That didn't really work out, but eventually Strange was able to force Dormammu into a deal that caused him to have to give up his desire to take over Earth, and Clea became a close ally of Strange. Over time, the two grew incredibly close, even more so once Strange started training her in the mystic arts. And while the two could not be married legally, due to the fact that Clea was an extra-dimensional being, the two still chose to wear magically linked wedding bands. When Stephen Strange died, as comic characters tend to do from time to time, Clea took up the mantle of Sorceress Supreme, serving as protector of Earth until such time as her husband is eventually resurrected. Which, of course, he's gonna get resurrected. It's comic books. It's just gonna happen. Seeing as how she was able to become the Sorceress Supreme, you'd imagine that Clea possesses some of the same strengths and abilities as Doctor Strange, which she does, with a few added benefits, due in part to her origins as a half-Faltine, half-Dark Dimension dweller. For instance, despite being in possession of the Cloak of Levitation, she doesn't actually need it to fly and hover, as she can just natively do that already. She can also communicate telepathically and control the Flame of Faltine, just like her mother and uncle before her. So she is an incredibly powerful character, though her youth and general naivete about pretty much everything kinda knocks her down a few pegs more often than not. Though as years went on, that sort of naive side to the character kinda got wiped away, probably for the best. So that was a super compressed look at who the character is on the page. If you want to know more about her comic origins, maybe go ahead and leave this video a like and a comment down there, just letting us know that you want that. And maybe at some point we'll do another video and kind of really dive deep into it. For now though, let's use this time to discuss what kind of impact she might have on not just the future of Doctor Strange himself, but also the larger Marvel Cinematic Universe as a whole. First and foremost, we've got to talk about this Clea's overall demeanor in comparison to her counterpart on the page. Charlize Theron in this role carries herself with a lot of confidence, a stark contrast to the meek and naive girl Clea was initially presented as in the comics. She also seems to already be an accomplished hero in her own right, judging by how easily she opened a portal in that mid-credits scene. So this character is probably going to be someone who serves as another companion to the Good Doctor, who is roughly on the same level with him, much like how Wong has been in the movies. So I'd imagine that she'll have a few things to teach him while they're out dealing with the incursion event. Perhaps she'll even help him deal with any corruption from the use of the Darkhold that he will inevitably have to face. And maybe this version of the character is one who has already become the de facto leader of the Dark Dimension. which is a thing that happened on the page, by the way. If that is the case, then that could mean bigger things for the MCU. A union between the ruler of the Dark Dimension and the Sorcerer Supreme of Earth could bring with it some ill tidings. For a while now, fans have been talking about how we might see Dormammu reappear within the MCU, since it would be a bit of a waste to sideline such a massive character after such a short appearance as the one that he had in that first Doctor Strange movie. Heck, maybe she won't yet be the leader, but will be vying for it. And she will wind up asking Steven for help, prompting him to assemble a team of other heroes to help her out. Like the Midnight Suns, perhaps. Without any concrete evidence of Mephisto actually existing within the MCU, Dormammu could serve as a pretty good replacement baddie for them to fight. Either way, I do think that the relationship between Strange and Clea, which was heavily hinted at by the whole "Are you afraid?" line, is going to mean big things down the road, both for the character and for the entire MCU. All we can really do right now is just wait and see. Hey there everybody, I'm John Aljets. I made this video and I want to know what you think. What kind of impact do you think Clea is going to have on the future of the MCU? Be sure to let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, or go ahead and shoot me a response over on Twitter. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to CBR for more great videos just like this in the future.